who have been exposed and are exposed to the normal coronaviruses that are probably going to get the more severe symptoms. Whereas the elderly who has been at home, whose immune system has become pacified over the years, will get relatively less. However, in an elderly patient with pre-existing illness, the slightest next insult may be the last straw that breaks the camel's back. With young people, of course, they will be able to go back to work after 3 days or 4 days of sitting in bed or going to the hospital. However, I warn you. You know, as I said, the intensity of the reaction will predictably be dependent on the aggressiveness of the immune system. If you go and start putting this spike on the walls of your vessels, and this spike gets into your immune system, and you say, come on, fight me, the lymphocytes are going to be trained in battle. It's like a sparring bout, boxing. And these lymphocytes are then going to expand, clonal expansion. They're going to go back to bed in the lymph node and wait. If now the real virus comes by and infects the lungs, those killer lymphocytes are going to come out and they're going to get really overexcited about all of this. And what you're going to get is immune enhancement of disease. Immune enhancement of disease meaning that you're going to do much worse than if you had not had these sparring bouts, including the production of antibodies, okay? Second, and probably even worse, if you are foolish enough to let yourself get vaccinated in the fall, when all these companies are saying, now we have to get vaccinated against the next variant, something that is so stupid that I cannot believe the Americans will accept. But unfortunately, I'm not sure. Don't believe this lie, guys. Don't believe it, for God's sake. And for God's sake, inform yourself before you let yourself and your beloved ones be vaccinated. Because if you have been vaccinated once, those lymphocytes, if this happens again, are going to be even more active. So that's why the second vaccination has always turned out to be worse than the first. It's the booster, right? And guys, don't get a third or fourth or fifth, because if you do that, you are going to contribute to the decimation of the world's population.
Wow. Dr. Bhakti, where do we go from here? Now we've got hundreds of millions of people around the world who've taken these vaccines. We've got the totalitarianism is now they're trying to lock it into place forever. What do we do? What does a normal person do? What does an elected official do in the face of what we're dealing with?
We are trying to get the world to stand up and say no. You know, we are more than they are. Numerically, they can't install something that is killing people forever. If they do, we have to get them to the tribunal somewhere. Yeah. Although I've been told that the tribunal has also been bought. So yeah. It is a real problem, guys. It's a real problem. And the only way is that everyone, every thinking person, Homo sapiens, and all of you are, and you all are educated and intelligent enough to stand up and say, the limit has been trespassed, and we have to do something to protect ourselves and the generations to come. If you don't do this, you are heading for living hell, and you are taking your children to the living hell. And that's why, but now many, many thousands, tens of thousands of people are networking around the globe, and we're really trying to stop it. This health passport or whatever you call them. The UK is going to pass this law in 2 weeks.